everyone, Kimberly Berg here, clinical exercise physiologist of the Rebel Fit Club. Last week we talked about stretches that we could do from sitting and working too much, or that forward rounding, and we learned how to open it up. This week we're going to learn what to do with the lower half of our body, because these hip flexors get really locked up, especially if you have Parkinson's, and sitting is the undoing of our body. Of course, we work on all of these things in our full workouts, which we'll talk about a little later in how to become a member. But today we're going to just talk about a really quick little routine that you can do every 20-30 minutes when you're needing a break. So when you're sitting, these hip flexors right here, which are tight anyway, become even tighter. It's kind of an adaptive shortening that happens from being in the seated position. These muscles attach to your spine, so that's why you get backaches and you're stooped forward. They need to be stretched out. So the first thing that you're going to do, now of course the chair that I have today does not have arms, but you can do this with a chair even if it does have arms on it. I'm going to turn sideways and I'm going to bring one leg forward and my other leg way back, so that I get a really good stretch through this front line. And you can see these hip flexors are stretched out. I'm going to hold on to the table and I'm going to pump my leg back. So bending and straightening, you want to make sure your core is on, being tall, and just pumping that back leg a few times. And then bring the heel down and reach up. So you get this whole fascial line, stretch, 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 and bring it in, and stretch out, bring it in, and stretch out. So we're getting both the upper back and the hip flexors. Then you're gonna turn, hang on to the chair, stretch this leg back, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna pump that back leg, make sure it's stretched out, reach, you can bring it in, and reach, and you get a good stretch through your calf muscle too. So we're stretching this whole line here, and it feels really good. The other thing that you want to remember is don't stay seated, get up. So we're going to do it for those who need the chair arms to get up. You may have to use them, but for those of you who are a little bit more independent, get your feet squared off from in front of you. You're going to use that old adage, nose over toes. But I want you to think about using your feet, your legs, and your hips to get up. And your core is going to be engaged also. So often we take our legs and we hurl ourselves forward. All you're doing is aggravating that hip flexor that's already tight, and you're yanking on your low back. So we want control. So we're going to take a breath in, nose over toes. My feet are flat and I'm coming up straight. Make sure you're coming up straight so that you get all this actually stretched out. Now you're going to come back, make sure that you aim your sit bones in the seat of the chair. You come down with really good control. Breath in, nose over toes, come up, it feels so good, and back down again. If you feel like when you stand up you feel tight, you sat too long. And that may come after 15 minutes even, especially when you have Parkinson's. So know that that's a warning that your body's trying to tell you that you were sitting too long. If you stand up and you have to stretch that out. Happens to everyone, but it happens with a different amount of sitting each time. So those are just a few things that I want you to practice on how you get up, and then these really nice chair lunges with the extended arm. Those are great little quick things that you can do to get back to your body. And if you find during this time that you're just not getting your workouts in, please contact us. We have full workouts for our members. We want you to participate. We're doing them virtually right now, and we have a lot of people tuning in and getting sweaty with us and really addressing their Parkinson's symptoms. So please subscribe to our videos, and they will come to your inbox every Monday morning. And if you want the full article, please go to our website at Kimberly Berg, rebelfitclub.com. You can just put in rebelfitclub.com, and you can get that website and just click on the blog and you can see our weekly blogs. Thank you so much. I hope these help. Tune into the article from last week to see the upper body, part 2, lower body. And thank you so much, and we will see you again next week.